Sai Ram. Before I begin, I'd like to offer my most prayerful, humble and grateful pranams at the feet of our beloved Sai, our beloved Master, our beloved Lord, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Brothers and sisters, again before I begin, let me thank Srishti for giving me this opportunity, for really offering my heartfelt tribute and my gratitude for having known Sudesh in the last 3 or 4 years that I was in Trinidad. This is a solemn occasion where we spend in memory of a Sai brother who left us at a very, very young age. The pain of such separation is often unsurmountable. I've had friends, I've had relations, nieces dying at a very young age. So to a large extent, I know what it feels like. And one is often tormented with questions as to why this person at the prime youth of his life or her life, why they snatched away from their family, so on and so forth. And I wish there were answers simple enough that you and I could say, okay, so this was the answer and we go back home satisfied. But life isn't that simple, nor is death. And separation is one of those enigmas of life, if you will, where there are separations of many kinds, but there is one separation which is very painful, and that's a permanent separation from our loved ones. Having said that, I firmly believe in my heart, having studied the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, having listened to Baba on a number of occasions, that when a person dies young, it simply means that his karma of not only this lifetime, but many lifetimes is over. And it's time for him to join the highest realms of supreme consciousness. And therefore, I consider it a blessing to have known Sudesh. I still remember the Kavali that I sang with him, Sai Bina Rahana Jai. The Shivratri Bhajan sessions that I had with him sitting next to me. So the memories are still very fresh, and I can only understand or kind of try to comprehend what it would mean for many of you who know him so much more closer, who spend so much more time with Sudesh than I did. And therefore, I really consider it a privilege that and a great honor that Suresh asked me to share a few words on this solemn occasion. In our Sanatana Dharma, when we celebrate 1 year anniversary, the 1 year of mourning period is considered to be over. And today is actually a day where you would, or today or the 23rd, the day when he passed away, would be considered the day when you begin to celebrate the life Sudesh led. Celebrate the life of a person rather than mourn for him. And therefore, it's time for us to celebrate his life, celebrate the love he had for Swami, celebrate the dedication he had. His little son who would accompany him and was so talented. We need to celebrate that, what he's left behind, the legacy he's left behind for his family to follow, for his children to follow, the memories that is left behind for his young wife. You know, when on occasions like these, one can never be prepared to speak. I don't have bullet points of which I'm reading off. It's because we are all sitting not only at the feet of Sai today at the satsang, but when we gather together on occasions like these to celebrate the memory of a departed friend, somewhere in the back of our mind, and I know it is there for all of us, we begin to question the temporary nature of our own lives. Baba would often say, and I'm sure many of you heard of this in his speeches, he would say, body is a water bubble. It is there today, it would just disappear tomorrow. It is as flimsy as a bubble. The mind is a mad monkey. And often wonders then, what is this life all about? What is birth all about? What is death all about? Where do you think Sudesh is now? Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did you come from? Where did I come from? Where are we going? What is the purpose of our life? Why are we here on this earth? Is it that we want to just eat, drink, sleep, make merry, worry about career, education, relationships, family, money, whatever that most of us spend most of our waking time craving for or acquiring, knowing fully well, if not consciously, at least at a subconscious level, but more consciously being exposed to spiritual teachings of Baba, knowing fully well that we are not going to take even a single penny of the money that we make, or a single piece of furniture with us that we crave for at our home, or a single piece of brick that from a home that we want to build, or any of our loved ones. We cannot take them with us. We don't take anything. Even the clothes that we wear is not there with us. So what is then the purpose? And that is one side of the picture. The other side is we just have this one life that we know is within our grasp. Then what do we do with this life? How do we live it? And to that, my dear sisters, my dear brothers, the greatest example, the greatest role model to me is Swami himself, Satya Sai Baba. And I know you often hear me say this, and I say this again and again, and I never get tired of saying that learn from Swami not to worship him alone. You can enjoy worshipping him. You can sing songs as much as you want, shed tears of joy, talk to him in the privacy of your heart, in the altar, in your homes, cry your heart out to him knowing he is the Lord divine. But at the same time, parallelly, use him as a role model. That was the purpose of his life, to show us how can one lead a life, make sense out of this otherwise unseemingly chaotic, unpredictable course that our life takes. So, knowing Swami, I am not here to lecture you, serve Swami, get together, organize projects and events. That is a reflection of your inner search. But all I want for you to ask yourself, as I ask myself every day of my life, is how did Swami set a role or be a role model to all of us? How did he spend his life completely in service of others, completely in spreading love, in giving love, in encompassing everyone with just this one energy called love? And that love didn't extend only to human beings, you know that. It extended to animals, it extended to trees, every single element of this creation. And so can you live a life of love? You might ask, why? Why do I have to? Why can't I just live my own life? But if you believe, and I know in your heart you believe that you and I don't live in isolation. We are interconnected to each other. We are interconnected to all the elements that comprise this universe. All of us are made of earth, water, air, fire, space. Every single thing that you see in this planet Earth, every single thing that you see when you study space and the cosmos in general, are all components of 5 basic elements. And you and I are not isolated from these 5 elements, and therein lies the connection. When I respect the earth in my body, my flesh, my bones, then I respect the earth element all around me. When I respect the air in my body, I respect the air element, and therein lies my connection. In that connection, I experience a sense of oneness. And that oneness spontaneously gives rise to love. That to me is a lesson, the essence of Swami. Practicing love, feeling love, being one with love. And in that love, there is no separation. So, the spirit of Sudesh, if you will, is now in every one of you and me. Every memory that we hold of him, a part of him lives in us. How is that going to inspire me to do something better with my life? I think we all need to ask ourselves this question, no matter what age it is. It doesn't matter whether you're 20, whether you're 10, whether you're 5, or whether you're 50, or whether you're 60. When you get up in the morning, ask yourself, how am I going to sanctify today? Just for my own conscience, for my own sense of self-worth. It is not to please some God above, not to definitely please somebody else out there, but to come to terms with my own inner self. What am I doing something today that was better than yesterday? What am I doing to give something to somebody else? What am I doing to give or to live a life that is larger than my little ego? And that would eventually result in a lot of things. Maybe you will get together as a group and do projects. Maybe alone you will be inspired to do something. So find your inner calling. Find your passion. Ask Swami to guide you. And he will. Because no one knows how long we will actually be on this earth. And every day, if we could live as the last day of our life on this earth, how wonderful would that quality of life be? Thank you very much for your patience. You know I love talking. I can go on and on. But I know time is short. Once again, Srishti and all of you, my dear brothers and sisters, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for being here. I feel I'm right there in the middle of the bhajan hall. That's what's going on in my mind mentally. And thank you so much. Be strong, be brave. Make your life a spiritual journey from I to we. Sai Ram.